what we're going to do is an icebreaker, and we want you to choose a card, and it's got to be about what community think about people with an intellectual disability. Parents with an intellectual disability. I chose this cheetah because I think the community is sort of like a cheetah, as in they don't really understand, and you know how they only come out when they need to, and I just think that services sort of, and plus it being a cheetah, I just think services cheat a bit, if you can sort of understand what I mean. They don't understand us right, so they just do it how they want and not how it could benefit us.
I choose this guy. He's on his head because he feels that there's so much pressure in his mind of the people trying to want to do so much but they can't do much. You know, if a mother wants to do this and then someone says no, I can't do that, or a father wants to do something and they can't do it, and it's like hospitals, you know, too much going on in their head. There's something going on with your child, you want to know what's going on. If there's like pressure, you want to know if something happens with your child. All the things go in your head, mind, it's all in your mind what goes on, and you know, all the stress goes in your head. So
it's because I think parents with an intellectual disability sometimes have no choice to do things like courses and stuff. Sometimes you get made to do them instead of asking to do them, and sometimes when child safety services are in control, we have no choice but to give our children up.
Okay, I chose We're Expecting a Bundle of Red Tape because a lot of services and hospitals, when they see a person with a disability having a child, they just see it as a lot of hassle and a way of having to tell us how to do things, and yeah, that it's just going to be a lot of drama when it's not.
Me? I chose the bird. The bird means that because parrots are talkers, the community more talk about people with, or parents with intellectual disability than listen. That's your turn.
Right. This one, it's a Tasmanian devil in a, well, could be a judge, could be a lawyer, but yeah, what first sprang to mind? Being judged, and I feel like constantly having to defend myself, you know. Sometimes these pressures come from people, sometimes we're judged not just by people in the community, but people within our own circle that still are judging the way I parent, and so yeah, and I have to constantly defend myself to them, so it works in two ways, I guess.
I picked up bad ones. Sometimes I know not just myself, but other people I know with disabilities and challenges, and they might have, especially if they have children with difficulties and challenges too, and the two clash, and you feel like you're not coping, and you feel like everyone around thinks you're a bad mum or a bad parent because you're not sure how to handle the situation. You can be anywhere at any time and a situation flares up and you just feel, you're made to feel small because the people on the outside don't know what's going on the inside, and they just assume that you're a bad parent or that it's your fault.
I picked this one because it says slam scams. Scams. It's the fact is that people with parents with disability, the people look at us differently than normal people that don't have a disability, and I feel that we should prove to them we are better than normal people because we learn from them than anyone else would, you know, and we prove them wrong every day that we can do exactly what other people can do.
My name is Ian and I'm a single parent with an intellectual disability. This is my daughter Sophie Lee and she means the world to me, and we like going to the park and going bowling and going out for tea. And what do you think? You don't know, we have lots of fun.
Yeah.
Mainstream services, and why mainstream services should be having easy to understand English. They should be talking to us, not talking to other people. They need to understand that forms, that things that we have to sign, that not everyone can understand them. And it's terrible when you go somewhere and you've got this appointment and they want you to do something and they give you all this information and you don't understand it, so you don't get the task done, and then you're in trouble. And sometimes it's a bit scary because of the type of person come across rude, and it's all about getting that information and turning it into something that not only a parent with an intellectual disability but everyone can understand. But, you know, people with an intellectual disability really find it hard to understand forms, literature, even websites and doctors and all this hard stuff. And if they could just figure, you know, put it in easy language, write without having all these difficult to hard words like some sort of long word like say the word camel. Someone mightn't understand that, and so then you might have to, well, if they can't understand that, give them a picture, and then once they see the picture then they might understand, or give them a video, or there's plenty of ways of people finding ways to understand things, but the services don't find these ways so we can understand things. Of course it definitely is my right to have information in a way to understand it. It's not only my right, but it's everyone's right. And parents with an intellectual disability have got rights, but I don't think the rights are being utilised right, and the services aren't given across to us right. And yeah, we deserve to have our rights.
I'm Sonia. I'm Sophie Lee's mother, and Ian is her father, but we're not together anymore, but are really good friends. I love being a parent, but sometimes I struggle a bit because my daughter has an attitude problem. Well, I wouldn't say attitude problem, just a typical teenager. I think mainstream downgrade parent with intellectual disability. I think that they don't give us a fair go. And the thing is, like, I know that people can be capable and caring parents because I'm one myself. And I think that mainstream services should support before report. When I was first pregnant, I felt scared because I thought that that I was going to have my daughter taken off me because of my disability. But yeah, but I wouldn't change the world for anything. She means the world to me, so yeah. I like just spending quality time together and sometimes go to the movies and do mother-daughter things like playing games like and stuff like that. Well, I think most help would be for mainstream services to have easy English reading, so it makes it easier for people with disabilities to understand, and that they need to support us more and work with us better.
Hello, we're the Ralphs. What's your name?
My little Ralph.
Maybell. And this is Jeremy. And I'm Naomi. And this is baby Harrison, who's 6 weeks. That's right.
I like to play.
You like to play? What do you like about camp?
It's great.
What did you do earlier? Where did you go? You went for a walk? Where did you walk to? To the beach?
Yes.
And what did you see at the beach?
A crab.
A crab.
Oh, judgment by others, not just people on the outside your circle, but I've found it sometimes comes from within the circle. People you trust, past criticism, being on the spectrum, I sometimes, tune out, go into my own world, and whatever you want to call it. No, and they think because of that I won't be aware of what's going on if there's any problems. But no, I'm very switched on when it comes to parenting. No, I can pick up. I can pick up the instant something's wrong. Oh, yeah, excited, nervous. It's a bit unsure about some things. I mean, yeah, it was in our plans, and we had been trying at that point, but she still took us by when it found out we were expecting her. Still took us by surprise, as we'd almost given up, hope of falling and pregnant, and then it sort of happened and without us even realising. But no.
What about you, Naomi? How did you feel when you first realised that you were pregnant?
Well, I guess we were surprised that we were finally going to have a child, because we'd been wanting one for so long and trying and nothing was happening. And as Jeremy said, we were starting to think that we were starting to come to terms with, it's probably not going to happen. And then I guess at first I didn't believe. I was unsure whether to take a test, because I thought, oh, it's going to be another negative, and yeah, so.
Did you have any fears?
This time around it was the same, but not as long. Actually it was longer trying this time around, so we were starting to again think that maybe one was enough and we're not going to have another one. And, I don't know, I guess we just feared that how people would judge us. And I had a hard pregnancy with both. I was sick all the way through with both children, so I guess I didn't really have enough time to worry too much about how I'd cope. And like with Maybelle, I was fine after having her. It was just while I was pregnant I was so sick. She'll just work with us and ask us how we feel and how we cope or how we think we cope and what areas we might need help with. Because we know what we need help with and what we don't need help with. And I guess we just want the wider community to understand that we're no better or no worse than the average parent. And we just want to love our children just like everyone else does. You're being very cute, baby. Just hope that they're happy, and we hope that when they... Hang on, Maybelle. No, Maybelle, you're getting a bit too close. I guess I hope that they follow their dreams and they want to... whatever they want to do and be when they grow up, and that they are kind people and look out for each other and just grow up to be respectful human beings. Hey?
I can hear something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much reiterating what Naomi said, to grow up to be respectful members of society, to look out for each other. And, I hope they get into I don't know, I hope they work hard, get I hope they get some fine, decent, gainful employment. There's no pressure there wouldn't be any pressure for them to, but, whatever happens in that regard, they'd still have our support, no matter what path they decided to go down.
I'm Laura, and I've got a son called Samuel. He'll be 3 in August. I love being a mum. I've learnt a lot since being a mum. It's very hard being a single mum, mind you, but I get there through day by day with it. And I've got support, and if I didn't have the support, then I don't know where I would be today. Food shop, like when I need to go and do food shopping or cooking at home, like learning to cook for Samuel, so when they in the future, when I don't need them, I'll be ready for cooking by myself and cooking food and stuff like that. And they let me go. They take me to playgroup and stuff for Samuel, and then we go do shopping and stuff. And I've almost got my licence nearly. I'm happy about that. I've got about 50 hours done, so I was going to wait until August so I can get my full licence. When I found out I was pregnant with Samuel, I was very shocked because it wasn't planned and it was very unexpected. But I felt like, because I've always wanted a child, like a baby, and when I found out I did, I was like very excited, but I was worried that, am I going to be able to get the stuff that he needs and all that. But when he came, everything just fell into place, and I felt good about it. And like today, he's two going on 3, so I feel like I've achieved a lot. So yeah, but I've got a lot more learning to do once he's growing older and older, but I'll get there. Especially tantrums and stuff like that. But I learn off other people as well, and people tell me to do this, and I try and do it, and it works. So yeah, and the older he gets, it's going to get easier, and it's not going to be as hard. So because he'll be more independent, he'll be able to do stuff himself. He won't have to rely on me and stuff like that. But I'm loving it the way it is at the moment. So, well, sometimes they look at you and go, should she be a parent with her, like the way she is? Sometimes I think that people look at me, she looks so overweight and that, and how could she fall pregnant and have a child? And I just think to myself, well, some people are different. And of course I lost a lot of weight before I fell pregnant with Samuel. So that's when I tell them, like, it happens to different people. And yeah. You're active. You're active. I'm always out and about doing stuff. I'm always smiling because I never used to smile when I didn't have Samuel. And make new friends, meet new people, do more like opportunities, like we go on camps and that. I love it. Yeah. And just waking up to a kid that says, "I love you, mummy," and comes in and says, "Come on, mum, let's go." Stuff like that. I love it. My advice for other parents is don't listen to other people about, oh, you won't be able to do this, you won't be able to do that. Don't listen to the people that say you can do it. We can see that you're going to be a good mum, and just don't listen to the negative things, because that always puts you down. Like it happened to me, but I pushed myself through it. And I just advise to, just go for it. Yeah, go for it, because I did, and I've achieved. I have anyway. And I get emotional when people tell me, you're such a good mum, you're such a good mum towards Samuel, and I'm like, well, in my eyes, I'm still learning, and sometimes I feel like I'm not exceeding, but in the other people's eyes, I am, and it really touches me when they say that.
So my name's Rebecca, and this is my daughter Lily. I have a husband called Craig who has an intellectual disability, and I have cerebral palsy. Lily is nearly 1 year old. She'll be 1 next week. And Craig and I have been married for 9 years. We like to do lots of fun activities with Lily. We go swimming together. We go to the Launch into Learning activities. We go to playgroup. And we go to gym skills. And we have heaps of fun, don't we, Lil? I was really excited when I was pregnant, but I was also extremely nervous for 2 reasons. One, because I'd been pregnant before, and our first daughter, Ruby, was born stillborn. But for the second reason why I was really frightened was because I was worried, because both my husband and I had disabilities, that they would remove our child once she was born, and I felt that even though I had all this excitement and was getting ready to have a baby, I felt I had to plan everything right from the word go. I had to make sure I knew how I was going to change her, how I was going to care for her. So I had screen doors put on her nursery to stop the cats coming in, because I was worried that was one thing that they might ask. I had a change table and change station made where her baby bath would go, so that that I was able to bath her myself. I also made sure that we had our car seat and things all put in right. I made sure that I got OTs to write letters to because the doctors and things would ask how we were going to care for Lily. So OTs wrote letters to say that we had our house set up and ready to go, whereas most people don't actually have to prove that their house is ready and set for a baby. But one of the midwives, in an email she sent to the Launceston Hospital, said that Rebecca's all ready to go. They've got home set up and they've got the support as well, whereas most mums don't have to prove that they've got support at home or whether they've got their cot set up or anything like that. They don't ask questions like that. When I went to doctor's appointments, an anaesthetist said to me, he said, how are you going to manage with a baby? And lots of people know a mum without a disability doesn't have to prove that they're able to care for a baby. But when you've got a disability, you have to prove your fitness as a mother before the baby is born. But nobody else has. Everyone else gets a chance first. But unfortunately, parents with a disability are made to feel like they have to prove their ability before the baby is even born. And when Lily was born, I felt like I missed out on 6 months of her life because I was so frightened that they were going to come and remove her. For the first probably 3 months, I counted every day I got to keep her. It was like, that's another day I get to have her. But as the months got on, I got more confident in looking after her, and so did my husband. We got better at going out in public because we'd always worry if we went out in public that someone would look at how we would care for Lily and call child protection. The sort of support is important is not so much from services but from people that you trust and friends that actually are not going to judge you on what you do, whereas I often found that I couldn't ask for support from support workers or the nurses because they were the ones that were probably more so judgy. So having the right support is people that are not necessarily family or services, but other people outside that you're close to or have a trust with that you can ask and know that they're not going to judge you, because they make it really hard for you to ask for help if you need it because they're too busy judging you on your fitness. So even when you do need, there were times when I did need help but I didn't ask. I just battled through. I would say everything, even the bad stuff, the stuff that you get to spend time together, the fact that you get to look after and care and watch someone grow, and they're yours, and we get to do things together as a family. I hope that Lily gets to grow up in being accepted. With acceptance, and that she gets to get a good education and that she can do anything that she wants to do. So one of the fears I have for Lily, and something that I've noticed too when I take her to childcare, is that she will be excluded from things, like she won't get invited to a birthday party because her mum's got a disability, and luckily she's not old enough to see it, but sometimes people won't let their kids near her because they see me in a wheelchair. So I hope that that people get more accepting of that and she's not excluded or isolated because she's got parents with a disability.
Hi, my name is Genevieve Booker. What's your name?
Rhea.
What's your name?
Samuel.
Swimming. Bowling. Playing games. Watching TV. Watching Home and Away. I think mine's awesome.
Oh, you have your good days, your bad, when they throw tempers and stuff like that. But you have your good days where They're fun, they get along, you do games and have a blast. Pretty much it. Oh, they go well in life, well in school, good education. Do you love Rhea?
Yes.
What's Rhea to you? Is she your...
Sister.
Yeah, she's your big sister, isn't she?
Yeah.
Scary. Wasn't prepared. Didn't know that much, and I wouldn't change for the world. They're my number ones, and they come before anything in the world. My fears is child protection, because I've had them a lot in my life, and because of the behaviours with my children, they do try and think the worst of you and try and take your kids off you, even though well, I do the best that I can do and get the help that I can need, but sometimes with them it's still not enough. Well, some can be good, some can be bad, some can be helpful. Some just think that they don't think you can cope because you're the one with the disability, and they think, oh, you can't cope because you're a parent. Then I've seen with other people who haven't got disabilities and see how they cope, and you can do some things better than they can. But it needs to be like stuff like to help you when you're pregnant, to get ready for what's going to come about. So to teach people if they want to breastfeed or bottle feed, or and if they're going to bottle feed, how to make a bottle, because I never learnt that myself without help, and I only learned breastfeeding because of my father, not because anybody in hospital. So there needs to be stuff like more of that out there to help people, because without that people won't nothing, because hospitals and that don't help you. Your hospital don't help you with anything, really. I've done the 1, 2, 3 magic and the circle security. The 1, 2, 3 magic did work for a while, but then it was like a waste of time. The circle security shows you bits and pieces, but it gets too confusing because it's a big old lot of inner circle, outer circle, up, down. Yeah. I don't think it's 1, 2, 3 magic might work better than the circuit security for parents. Well, it doesn't, the courses, I was made to do it because my daughter had a behaviour since she was 2 years old. So they reckon, because she's got a behaviour, you've got to do all these courses. And then you do all these courses, and half the time, you do them and okay, yep, we'll work for a month, that's it, okay. Now I've just got to go back to my old ways, because nothing worked. Well, the courses that you do, they don't do it like simple enough that you can understand. It's like a whole big, okay, the child comes into the circle, your child goes out to the world, then your child comes back in. Does your child come back into you, or does your child come back out? But it doesn't show, like, all sorts of intellectual disabilities are different. So it might work for, say, like me, but it might not work for someone else with an intellectual disability, because they don't explain enough English, enough pictures, and enough understand, and slower, not faster. Mum, that you're supposed to understand and know it all to try and do it all at home. And it's not always that easy to do. There needs to be I think more like mothers group, like all mothers or all fathers or bit of mix and match all together to help each other. Because the more we help each other, because some of the stuff like people don't get in the community or go to when they go to take your child to get weighed or whatever, they don't teach you none of that stuff. But if we do little groups like that, then we can help each other. Oh, I love them to death with all my heart. I'll do anything for them. You know, I have where they stress me out because, you know, they're angry and, you know, when they cry, then I cry, and when they're hurt, you feel their pain, so, yeah.
That's it. I'm a parent with an intellectual disability and life is great, and my name's Ian. And what do you think about Daddy being a parent? Okay.